Hello and welcome back to RLCS Recap with your host Marky Two Butts. Today we're finishing up the Fall North American Regional Event 1. In the main event we're going over the semifinals and the finals. For the semifinals we have Space Station Gaming versus FaZe, and the other side we have NRG versus Version 1. Each semifinal is a best of 7, with the grand finals being a best of 3 set for best of 7. Let's get into it. Getting to the first semifinal, as NRG tries to break out, Version 1 makes a nice passing play from Calm to Torment, right to Gimmick, who puts it by the goalie. NRG would look to get back into the game through Justin on the sidewall, passing down right to Garrett G, who puts it in an empty net. NRG would take the lead with Garrett G, who's able to squeeze it into the near post. NRG able to take a 2-goal lead with Justin with a nice little redirect, beats the defender. NRG would be able to finish this game off in style. Garrett G hits it up to the ceiling, gets back to his own touch first, and puts it in. In Game 2, it was around 5 minutes and 30 seconds where we found our first and only goal of the second game, and it was NRG who was able to take it as Verizon 1 tried to push up, which leaves space for Justin to catch the ball at half field and get a nice double touch before a defender can touch it. Our first goal in Game 3 is NRG's Garrett G passing to Justin after an interception, who puts it in. Right off the kickoff, though, Version 1 would get a goal back, as Gimmick is able to beat the last defender and get a goal. Calm with a nice solo play here, hits it up to himself, gets the flipper set, stalls it, and puts it in. NRG able to show a fight back to tie this game though, as Garrett G hits it off the sidewall to himself, a nice little stall, and Squishy is there to put it in. Version 1 able to get their first win in overtime of Game 3, as Torment puts it off the backboard and is able to capitalize. Version 1 taking an early lead in Game 4 after a 50, and Torment is the first one to the ball. NRG is able to tie it up with a full field ball. NRG would take the lead as Garrett G with a nice snipe into the corner. With time running out, NRG would all but secure the game as Garrett G is able to get a nice double touch to finish it off. And with time running out, Version 1 really needed a goal right here and right now, and they weren't able to do it, and NRG is able to get a 0-second goal of some nice play from Garrett to Justin. From bad to worse, as Torment can't read it off the backboard and Justin's there to capitalize. Version 1 was able to make a comeback though, and not only tie it with that goal, but on the second kickoff in a row, Gimmick takes his time and is able to beat Squishy. NRG is able to tie it back up though, as Justin is given some space in front of the other team's goal, and he hits a double touch. NRG able to win the game and the series with this goal from Garrett to Justin. Into our second semifinal game with Space Station versus FaZe Clan, and it takes us all the way into overtime of Game 1 to be able to find the first goal, and it's FaZe Clan who are able to get the win and get a 1-0 lead from the semis. Solution puts it off the backboard, and First Killer has an open shot on net. Getting to Game 2 off the kickoff, it's SSG trying to break out of their own half, and Illusion with a nice 50 and another demo on the line, which leaves for an empty net. SSG would come back though, as a double commit on the goal line leaves the net empty. SSG would take the lead as FaZe Clan was not able to clear out of their own zone, and Reynolds capitalizes. SSG would then get a third one as time is winding down in Game 2. SSG would cap off their first win with a nice last second goal to make it 4-1. Into Game 3, and SSG would continue their scoring not only once but twice and take a 2-0 lead. But FaZe Clan were able to make a late comeback in Game 3 as they not only scored 1 goal, but 2 goals and able to force it into overtime. Right off the kickoff, goes up the wall. No one from SSG is there to challenge. AJ with a nice flipper set. Letting the lead slip for SSG proved costly as First Killer is able to get a very nice air dribble to punish them. Into Game 4, and we have a triple commit that lets SSG get the first goal. FaZe Clan would get the next goal back as AJ is on the sidewall, bumps one, and demos the second one to leave an empty net. FaZe Clan would be able to take the lead as First Killer with a nice flick up for AJ to finish. SSG are the ones that need the comeback, and they are able to get it with the continued pressure. Sipical beats First Killer to the ball, and Reynolds is able to capitalize. SSG are the ones that force overtime, and they are the ones that capitalize on it. FaZe take the first goal in Game 5 but SSG are not to be outdone, and they counter right back with their own goal. And with seconds winding down, it's SSG that are able to get a goal as Sipical finds this off the ceiling and able to get a nice double touch. Into game 6, and we have FaZe taking the lead with nice air dribble from AJ and finds a tight angle. But SSG is able to balance it out when Arsenal battles in the corner, and the ball comes to Reddles in the midfield and is able to beat the defense. FaZe Clan is able to take the lead around halfway through the game after a little bit of confusion on SSG's part, and double commit comes out and FaZe are able to capitalize. FaZe, able to keep up the pressure in the last minute of the game, are able to get a 2-goal lead thanks to some demos and pressure by AJ. SSG were able to get one back right off the kickoff, but it was too little too late. Into the final game of the semifinals, and FaZe Clan will take the early lead when SSG commit a little too hard, and FaZe are able to capitalize on that. SSG were able to tie it up from Reddles to Sipical, a nice goal, but in the end it was FaZe Clan who were able to win the series with a nice 50, and they're into the finals. Into the best of 3 finals, and First Killer is the first one to react to game 1 and score the winner. With that being the only goal in game 1, this is the only goal in game 2, and it comes from NRG this time. Garrett G making a nice block, he takes the ball off the wall. Space opens up for Justin, who gets a flipper set but doesn't use it, lets the ball bounce and puts it in. Into game 3, and we have Garrett G open up the scoring with a nice 50 for NRG, but FaZe Clan are not to be outdone, and a nice pass from First Killer over to AJ sets it up. And like in game 2, we have overtime, but Justin can't control it. Lucian with a nice 50, and AJ will beat the last defender. Into game 4, and FaZe will continue with their scoring, with all 3 members getting a touch on this one, and they put it in for 1, and they don't stop there, and they end up getting a second off some nice pressure, and a Lucian with a touch off the ceiling into an empty net. But NRG make a comeback late in the game with not 1 but 2 goals towards the end of game 4, looking to try to tie the series 2-2. Garrett G finds a 1-on-1, nice delayed flick off the backboard, defender can't get it, and Justin will put it in. But it isn't enough, as in 3 minutes into overtime, and FaZe Clan are able to win it. Into game 5, and this is where FaZe really give NRG a thrashing to win the first best of 7 set, where FaZe score 5 unanswered goals on NRG. This is where they really show that they mean business and they're ready to beat NRG for the first regional win. Into the first game of the second series, and FaZe don't stop there, where they just continue to keep scoring goals with some nice passing plays. NRG look to mount a comeback towards the end of the first game, as Justin will pick it up and put it in, and with the mark is able to get a nice flipper set. Justin, still feeling himself in the mark, is able to win it for NRG when Garrett gives him a nice downfield pass and he's able to slip it by the defense. FaZe are able to secure the second game win with the one and only goal coming from some missed clearances from NRG. Starting off nice and early in game 3, and NRG take a quick 2-goal lead. FaZe Clan showing their resilience though, and they're able to come back and tie it up at 2 apiece with some nice passing plays. And right off the kickoff, FaZe is able to get back their 1-goal lead when AJ finds some time and space and gets a very nice high flipper set over Squishy. NRG would be the team to next comeback, as Squishy beats the defender, puts off the backboard, and Justin's there to capitalize. After around 6-minute overtime, NRG is the ones that finally win the game. They'll take a 2-1 lead from Garrett to Squishy. NRG would keep their momentum going and get the first goal in game 4, as Justin is there to put it off the backboard to himself, good the flipper set. He's not able to put it in, but Garrett G is there to finish. NRG is able to take a 2-0 lead, but Justin buys his time on the wall to the ceiling. Gets a nice 50 that bounces favorably, and Garrett's there to finish. FaZe Clan looking to come back. Justin can't get back to his touch off corner, and Lucian is there to finish. But NRG's pressure is a little too much, as NRG take a 3-1 lead. And as FaZe Clan try to pressure to get another goal, the NRG will get a fourth. FaZe Clan will get the final goal in Game 4, but it's too little, too late at this point, and NRG will take a 3-game lead. And NRG continue their good run of being the first team to score, and they do it in Game 5 as well. They cannot, though, double their advantage, and FaZe Clan will tie it up with only a minute 50 left, and we go into overtime for Garrett G to finish him off, and NRG will get their first win of the set. NRG would continue their winning as Justin passes over to Squishy for the one and only goal in Game 1. But in Game 2, FaZe are able to take the first lead of the game, as Lucian is able to find a nice corner. NRG would respond immediately, though, to tie it up 1-1, and we have AJ with a nice touch off to let Lucian put it into an empty net, and FaZe would end up winning Game 2. In Game 3, FaZe are able to break out of their own half, as Lucian passes to First Killer, who has a nice rocket on net, and they're able to make winning a habit in Game 3. And in Game 4, FaZe NRG would keep scoring one after another, but in the end, it's FaZe Clan who are able to win Game 4. NRG, being very resilient, show they are not going out without a fight, and in Game 5, they are able to get their second win of the series with the one and only goal of Game 5. Game 6 proved more of what is the same, with NRG and FaZe both swapping goal for goal, but in the end, it was FaZe who win the first regional in North America. There was all the action for the Fall North American Regional 1. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to watch the next one as we recap the EU Fall Regional 1 highlights.